Only 1 hour's left. This is about your sister. This Tuesday she will be. Angel says, my dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely and subscribe it. This is not just a message you scroll past. This is a time-sensitive call from something far beyond you, and you are not reading these lines by coincidence. Every word written here has found you at this exact hour because it was always meant to reach your eyes and pierce your heart. In this, what you're about to feel is not ordinary. It is sacred. It is urgent. Only 1 hour left. This is about your sister. This Tuesday she will be. You are not imagining it. That heaviness in your chest, that strange silence in the air around you, that flicker of knowing that something is not as it seems. It's all true. Something is moving in the unseen. Something that has been hidden is being brought forward. Something she has tried to bury in smiles and in busyness is about to surface, and you must be ready because time is not stretching this moment out any longer. The clock is ticking. She has been holding back tears in places no one can see, laughing louder so that no one notices the shake in her voice. You thought she was all right. You thought the path she walks is hers to manage, but this Tuesday something shifts. The sky will not look the same to her, and the day will rise with a different light. There is a whisper that has been circling her for weeks, a sound only her soul could interpret. She didn't tell you because she didn't want you to carry what she carries. She didn't want you to suffer, but in truth it was never meant to be hidden from you. It was meant to be revealed now, before the hour passes. You are her witness, her anchor, and the one chosen to feel this ahead of time, so you may stand in a place of quiet strength when Tuesday arrives. Only 1 hour left. This is about your sister. This Tuesday she will be standing at the edge of something she never expected, a moment that requires her to let go of something she has clung to for years. You will not know the full story unless you pause now, unless you read carefully and let this divine current flow through your awareness. There are no warnings here, only truth, no fear, only revelation, no alarms, only the soft persistent voice of something higher calling you both into clarity. It started weeks ago, a shift, a pull, a quiet sadness she couldn't explain, not even to herself. At first she thought it was just exhaustion, just the toll of too much responsibility, but it wasn't that. It was deeper, older. Something unresolved began to surface, something related to a decision she made in the past, a connection she held on to out of loyalty, not love, and now it comes forward, requiring her to choose again, this time with her whole heart. She kept seeing signs, little moments that seemed to echo back, a message, songs on the radio that made her freeze, numbers that repeated, dreams that shook her from sleep with a strange ache in her chest. You didn't know because she didn't say it out loud, but inside her the room was filling with shadows she could no longer ignore. And now this Tuesday that room will be opened. Only 1 hour left. This is about your sister. This Tuesday she will be stepping into the most vulnerable truth of her recent life, and she cannot go into it alone. That's why this was sent to you, not so you could stop it, but so you could walk beside her when the moment unfolds. She may call you and say nothing at all. She may cry without explaining. She may look at you with eyes full of water and say she's fine, but you will know, because these words are now inside you. They are etched into your awareness, and you will not forget them when Tuesday comes. Something about her past will meet her, present something about an old promise she made silently, perhaps even unwillingly, will rise again seeking release. She may not understand it all herself, but she will feel the need to let go, and in that letting go she will feel lost for a moment, like a boat unmed, like a tree with its roots exposed. But you will be there, not with answers but with presence, not with solutions but with stillness, and that will be more powerful than any explanation. She needs to release something, someone, a story she kept playing over and over again, a guilt that wasn't hers, a burden she took on because she thought it would bring peace, but it never did. And now she knows, her soul knows, and this Tuesday it will rise up from within her like a tide, and she will have no choice but to let it pour out. This is why you must not ignore this message. You have a role in this, a quiet, sacred role, one that cannot be filled by anyone else. The silence between you will hold more power than you realize. The gaze you offer her when she can't find the words will be a healing she doesn't yet expect. You are her mirror, and this Tuesday she will need to see herself clearly through you. She is not weak. Do not mistake her tears for weakness. She is enduring something spiritual, a pressure of divine proportions, a moment where heaven bends low to touch her story and shift it forever. And you are here to hold space, not to fix, not to solve, just to hold space. Only 1 hour left. The clocks are not moving randomly. They were set for this very moment. The hands of time are circling something sacred. Not many know this, but the seconds you are spending reading this are not ordinary seconds. You are standing before something eternal. You are not here by coincidence. You have been led carefully, patiently, as if every shadow you step through was guiding you toward this moment. Heaven has whispered your name for weeks. On Tuesday the sky will part in a way that only your spirit will understand, and when it happens your soul will remember everything. Your sister is the reason you were guided here. On Tuesday she will face something that will forever mark a before and an after. You will not forget it, not because it is loud, but because it will whisper into the deepest places of your heart. For now you are being held in silence, but not the empty kind. This is the silence of heaven, the silence before the wind changes, the silence before a door you didn't know existed begins to open. She has been walking on the edge of something she has not told you about. There have been dreams she's been hiding, and pain, too, the kind that doesn't show in her voice or her eyes, but lives in the pauses between her words. You felt something shifting around her. You've noticed the difference, and yet you couldn't explain it. You weren't meant to, not until now. The truth is not cruel, the truth is holy, but the truth sometimes feels heavy. Until you realize that it was never meant to be carried alone, you were chosen to know this because your hands are not weak, your love has been prepared. This is not something you can avoid. Tuesday will not ask for your permission, but it will ask for your presence. And so the heavens bend low, the light of the angels comes close, and they begin to speak what your soul must now hear. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. There was a night recently when she looked at her reflection and did not recognize what was staring back. It wasn't about her appearance, it was about time. Time had moved differently for her. She has been caught in something she does not understand. You see her smile, but there's something trapped beneath it, and that something is beginning to surface. The world around her will shift. On Tuesday, she will make a choice, and what happens next depends on whether you are willing to believe what has been hidden in plain sight. This isn't a call to panic, this isn't fear speaking, this is the Spirit revealing. You are being handed sight, not sight for the eyes, but the kind that only the soul understands. You must remember the last time you prayed for her. It wasn't long ago. That prayer was not ignored, that prayer was a signal, and it began a ripple that now leads to this moment. You asked for truth, you asked for guidance. This is your answer, but it's not just information, it's an invitation. You are being invited into the middle of a divine unveiling. She was never alone, even when she felt the most forgotten. The heavens never left her. There was a light that never stopped hovering near, a presence that kept waiting for her to see it, but she couldn't not yet, because something else was standing in the way, and that something is about to be removed. What comes next may seem confusing at first. It may even seem like loss, but it is not loss, it is release, and it is the beginning of a story that must be written in both of your names. God says there will be no more delay. The 1 hour left is not just a warning, it's a promise that the waiting season is ending, a promise that the pain she never talked about is being uncovered, not to shame her but to free her. There is a door she's been too afraid to open. You know this door, you've seen her walk by it again and again. She's tried to pretend it wasn't there. My child, only 1 hour left. This is about your sister. This Tuesday she will be somewhere you never expected, and heaven is already whispering the reason why. You've been sensing something all week, haven't you? A pull in your chest that you couldn't name, a strange silence in there. Soul, a message behind the ordinary rhythm of the days. That whisper was not your imagination, that still voice came from the one who sees what no one else can. You were chosen to read this now because God knew you would listen. You've been praying in tears that seemed like they fell in vain, but they were counted. The hourglass is nearly empty, but you are not helpless. God's hand is already moving on your behalf. Rest assured nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are being preserved by a presence greater than time, greater than fear, greater than this moment that is about to unfold. God is moving now, not later, not tomorrow. Now there is a deep breath in the Heavens as the truth begins to unseal finally God is exposing what was hidden in the quiet moments. There are things your sister has carried that she never dared to speak. She smiled so that others wouldn't worry, but behind that smile was a breaking this Tuesday. Something will shift. It is not to scare you, it is to reveal what must be healed. You must not run from this. God is not sending this to hurt you. He is revealing to redeem. He is showing you what love must now embrace. He is letting your spirit tremble, not to crush you but to wake you up from the numbness that has lingered for far too long. There was something said to you 5 days ago that didn't make sense at the time. A passing phrase, a strange coincidence, a look that lasted a moment too long. That moment was a marker. It was not random. It was heaven whispering, look, again you are being shown signs. And now one of the biggest ones is here. Only 1 hour's left. This is about your sister. This Tuesday she will be somewhere you never expected. You'll look at her and realize she was carrying more than you ever knew. But do not be afraid. She will not be taken from you. This isn't the end. It is the beginning of something that must come to the surface. You will see her differently after this day. You will feel something shift between you. It will be a holy recognition, like seeing her for the first time. Again, God is saying you must trust me. Now what you do in this moment of knowing will shape what happens next. Don't act from fear. Don't let silence win. Speak when your heart pounds and you don't know what to say, because it's not about perfect words. It's about showing up. She has waited too long for someone to truly see her, and God chose you. The heavens are stirring. Your name has been called in the secret places. Prayers you forgot you even prayed are being remembered. There was a day years ago when you asked God to use you to be His vessel. This is that moment. This is how He answers. It doesn't look how you imagined, but it is holy. It is sacred. You may feel unprepared, but the truth is you've been prepared through every tear, every unanswered question, every silent night. You are not empty. You are filled with wisdom that only comes through walking through valleys with God. And now you must trust Him even when the valley looks like a shadow and the road bends into mystery. Your sister has cried out without words. Her soul has been longing for someone to see beyond the surface. That someone is you, but you won't carry this alone. God is with you. His angels are already near. Even now as you breathe in and out, something in the atmosphere around you is shifting. The air feels charged because the Spirit is close. This Tuesday holds something significant, but remember this truth. Timing belongs to God. Even when things seem sudden, they are never without purpose. This is not chaos. This is orchestration. Every detail of your life, every step, every hour, every tear, it is part of a tapestry that heaven is weaving. And though the thread in this hour feels sharp, though it trembles in your hands, you are being trusted with something sacred. God doesn't show this to everyone, but He showed you because He knows your heart can handle it. Even in your fear, He sees your faith. You may want to hide, you may want to run, you may want to believe this is not real, but it is, and you don't have to be perfect in this. You only have to say yes, yes to the whisper, yes to the tug in your soul, yes to the love that pushes you to act. She needs you, not your answers, not your solutions, just you, just your heart, just your presence. Be near, that will be enough. God will do the rest. Only 1 hour's left. This is about your sister. This Tuesday she will be walking into a revelation, and you will be called to respond. You will not be alone. God will walk with you into that conversation, that realization, that sacred moment of knowing there is something from the past that will come up again, something that was buried and forgotten, but it needs to be spoken. It's not to bring pain, it's to finally bring healing. God is lifting the veil. He is removing what covered the truth for so long, and when it happens it will feel like the wind shifts. You will know the moment it arrives. Your spirit will recognize it before your mind does, and when it comes, be still, be gentle, let the Spirit guide you. There will be words that try to rise up quickly, but hold space. First listen with your whole heart. You will hear more in the silence than in the noise. That's how the Holy Spirit speaks. Finally, God is exposing what she thought she had to keep hidden to survive, but survival is not the goal. Any more freedom is she will be scared, she will resist, she might even deny it at first, but love will stay, and love will win. This Tuesday is not a day of fear, it is a doorway. You are about to step through it, and what you find on the other side is not destruction, it is redemption. But it begins with honesty, it begins with presence, and it begins with you hearing this message in this exact hour. God says, I have not forsaken her, I have not forgotten you, I have orchestrated this moment for your deliverance and hers. The truth has waited long enough, let it rise now, let it breathe. There is a divine appointment unfolding, and you are in the center of it. The plans that tried to derail her are being dissolved. The heaviness that haunted her is being lifted, not by your effort but by your obedience. Just stay close, just show up. That is the miracle. You've doubted your strength, you've questioned your place, but God never did. He always knew you'd be the one to carry this message. He always knew your heart would say yes. Even now He is wrapping you in peace. Even now He is sending confirmation through unexpected places. Pay attention. That dream you had last week, it wasn't random, it was the first sign. The silence that fell at dinner 3 days ago, that wasn't awkwardness, it was a pause from heaven. You've been seeing things, sensing things, but brushing them off. Don't they are pieces of the puzzle. God is putting it together. Now the picture is forming, and it begins with this truth. Only 1 hour's left. This is about your sister. This Tuesday she will be in the middle of something sacred, and you will see her, truly see her for the first time in a long time. You are being called to compassion, not to fix, not to control, just to love. God will take care of the rest. Trust Him. He has never failed. He has never missed a moment, and He is not about to. Now your yes matters more than you know. Your faith is stronger than your fear, and your love is exactly what she needs right now. So, breathe, pray, stay close. This moment is holy and you were born for it. Please like and comment and share and subscribe.